The Garmin GTN 750Xi is packed full of flight planning utilities to help you fly more safely and reduce pilot workload. In this video, I'm going to walk you through step-by-step how to use the trip planning, fuel planning, and winds aloft utility in the Garmin GTN 750Xi. Let's dive in. Now, both the flight planning and the fuel planning utilities can be used for either point-to-point navigation or for an entire flight plan. So let's go ahead and configure a flight plan for this video. Starting off, we will simulate a trip from Bolivar to Springfield. And then let's say after that, we will go to Oshkosh. Now, I am going to go ahead and store this in the catalog, but you can leave it active. This utility will work the same for both. So to get to our trip planning utility, let's go to the home screen. We will click Utilities and go to the Trip Planner. So you can see it defaults to point-to-point navigation, which in this instance, it is a direct flight from Bolivar to Oshkosh. You have a few fields that you need to modify down here, so you can change your departure time and date. And then you also need to give it a ground speed. Now, if you're en route and you want to use this utility, you can press P position to import your current location. And then you can press Use Sensor Data to import your current ground speed. Now, once you have all of these fields full, these fields down here will populate and it will show your distance to, desired track, en route safe altitude, ETE, and ETA for that trip. Also, if you've selected a time and date appropriately, it will show the sunrise and sunset for your destination. Now, if we want to configure this for a flight plan, we can just change the mode to flight plan, and then you can select which plan you want to pull from. So you can either select your active or view any of the cataloged flight plans here. So I'm going to click on our cataloged Bolivar to Oshkosh plan. And then you need to select your leg. So you can view the cumulative flight plan here. So it's going to show data for all legs, or you can view for the individual one. So if we want to view from Bolivar to Springfield or from Springfield to Oshkosh. You have the same fields as far as being able to enter your ground speed or automatically use sensor data. And then you can adjust the time and date as well. But you will notice that now you have these previous and next buttons, so you can toggle through the different legs of the flight plan. So you can see that for Bolivar to Springfield, it's 21 miles. For Springfield to Oshkosh, it's 460 miles, or the entire flight plan is 481 miles. So this is just a good way to quickly scroll through your flight plan and get pertinent flight information. So now let's switch over to the fuel planning utility, and you'll find that it's set up very similarly to the trip planner. So it's the same thing that for point-to-point navigation, you have your beginning and ending waypoints. But instead of date and time, now you have fuel on board and fuel flow. Now these fields are configured on the device startup, so if you configured that accurately, you may not have to modify these. However, if you do want to modify these fields, you can click on them and select your fuel on board. So let's just go ahead and simulate like we have full fuel. Now you can do the same thing where you can use sensor data to import your current ground speed, or you can uncheck it and modify your ground speed for that trip. Once you have all these fields populated, it will calculate the fuel required to get to your destination, remaining fuel at destination, reserve time, range, efficiency, and endurance. Now you guessed it, the same thing will happen for flight planning. So you can change it to flight plan, select your plan, and then also toggle between your different legs. So this is especially nice for if you have a multi-segment flight plan. You can see how much fuel you're going to have after your first leg. So you can see that I'm going to have 68.8 gallons remaining once I get to Springfield. So this is just a good peace of mind to let you make a decision on if you need to get more fuel halfway through your flight plan or not. So now that we're done with the fuel planner, we can go ahead and check out the winds utility. So this can be accessed here. So you can see that this is configured just a little differently from the trip and the fuel planner, but let's walk through how to configure each of these fields. To start, I like to press Use Sensor Data, and it pulls in most of the information right here. Now all you need to do is give it a barometric pressure and an outside air temperature, which we'll say is 20 C. And then once you give it all the information, it's going to calculate your density altitude, true airspeed, wind direction, wind speed, and your relative head or tailwind component. So this is really handy for if ATC asks for a PIRAP or asks for winds aloft, you can get this information very quickly, Or if you just want to know what your relative head or tailwind component is for a cross-country flight, you can get that information here. So that concludes the tutorial on how to use the different flight planning utilities in the Garmin GTN 750Xi. I think you'll find that these are really easy to use, but they give you really pertinent information both in trip planning and throughout your flight. I thank you for watching this video till the end. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Please fly safe, and we'll see you in the next video.